fabulous Christy. She runs the Art Docent program here at Glenridge. So if your kids have done art in any of our classes, it is because of all the effort that she puts into it and the volunteers that work with her. I'm going to say Monica's back there, who's actually in charge of the whole program. And they do, I don't know how many schools in Kansas schools there. It's quite a few. 16. So if your students do art, a volunteer goes in, they help out, they do a project with them, they talk about an artist. Hopefully they learn something and takes away something from it. And at the end of the year, we host an art walk. It's like there's flyers out there for you. Ours is on May 31st. So you're welcome to come back and see all the fabulous art that the students have produced. We hang it through the halls. There's usually projects and things that you can take part in and try out some fun little short activities and try different mediums and things and see what you can do there. We are going to start though. Christy's going to guide you through painting this fabulous owl on a branch. If you need anything, if your pencil breaks, your water gets too gross to use, you need more paint or something, just kind of wave your hand and wave it around and someone will be over to help you. I can always just scream, "Hey Brooke," and I'll come. But with that, we're going to let Christy take over. Hey. Hi everybody.
Hi.
Okay, so we just jump in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. The first step is, I'm going to move this over. The first step is you have a lid on at your plate that looks mostly like this.
Oh, maybe one quick other
Yes.
thing. We have sat these up so they're leaning, and you are welcome to take the easel part that they're leaning with home. If it does not work to paint, you can still go ahead and lay it flat. We've had mixed feelings on whether or not that works or not, so do what you feel comfortable with.
Okay, so you should all have a lid and a pencil. So first we're going to, here's my canvas up here. You're going to put the lid kind of in the center of the canvas and just do a light pencil line around the lid. Okay, and then next, you're going to take your flat brush. You'll have a flat brush and a pointy brush. Use your flat brush to paint your circle, which is now your moon. Paint it yellow. After that, you can rinse your brush out when you're finished. No hurrying. Okay, so if you're not done, that's totally fine. Just keep going, but I'll give you the next step to keep in mind. So I'm not even sure why I do this step, but it seems like a good idea. I'm going to take some white and do a ring around the outside of the moon. With the flat brush? With the flat brush, yeah. we're gonna mix some light blue. So grab some white from the corner of your white blob and some blue from the corner of your blue blob and mix them together and you get a nice light blue. Oh, where do you paint the light blue? So you paint the light blue on top of the white, right around the moon.
Looks more like a sun right now.
Yeah, it does.
So you don't have to rinse your brush after this, but if you do, go ahead and wipe it off with a paper towel so you don't have too much water in your brush. And you can go straight to your dark blue and do your dark blue ring around the moon. Yes.
Is he gonna play like painting music?
So when you have, are you ready? So when you have your light blue and your dark blue, I'm gonna wipe, I'm not gonna use water, but I'm gonna wipe off my brush so it's just dry, and then I'm gonna blend the two together.
Light blue and dark blue?
Yeah, so then I can kind of, oh, I have two palettes. Okay, so, you know, and I can add a little light blue if I want, or I can add a little dark blue and I can dry it off. Just kind of back and forth a little. And then with my purple, I'm going to go around the outside.
met them when they were
Oh, the rest of it purple.
Paint purple around the outside.
Purple around the outside.
Paint the rest of it.
Or that's okay. We can do that. Or just mix it all together.
As I'm doing the purple, I'm blending it with the blue.
My name is Michael.
All right, you guys ready for the next step? We're doing pointy brushes now. Everyone get your pointy brush. You got your pointy brush? Excellent. Everyone got their pointy brush? Get your pointy brush, Carter. And then pay attention to Christy.
All right, so we're gonna use black to make the branch. And I'm gonna start in the lower left-hand corner and do kind of a gentle slope up and across like that, okay? Like, so it's about the lower third of the moon it cuts across. And then after I have my initial line, I'm gonna make that a little bit darker and thicker. And I find if I twist the brush in my hand, it kind of makes it, it helps it narrow out toward the end. And then you lighten the pressure. If you have heavier pressure, you're going to get a thicker line. And if you have lighter pressure, you're going to get a thinner line. So you want it to be thicker at the base and thinner at the end. And then I'm going to add some more branches, but I'm going to leave the moon alone. Don't put any more branches over the moon, but I'm going to add some branches to the end over here. And I'm going to put one up here. You can do it random, just save the moon for the owl. one of the things that makes a branch look more natural is that where it connects to the tree or where it connects to the larger branch, it's thicker, and as it gets farther away, it gets thinner. If it gets thicker as it gets farther away, it looks like it's going to fall off. So it starts out thick and it gets thin. That's okay.
Do you have the paper towel?
Do you want me to start the owl? So with the owl, you're going to stick with the pointy brush and stick with the black paint. And what I'm going to do is, so if this is a third from the bottom, I'm going to start at about a third from the top. You can appreciate the smiley face for a second. And then, and you're going to make like a parentheses. So it starts here and it goes below the branch. Parentheses like that. Yep. And then we're going to put the head on. So the head is just small and it does not get wider than the body. So just a small little rounded part here. And I could close the top. And then it looks like an owl if it's got the little feathers on the top, but don't make them super big because then they'll look like cat ears. They're just little points. Okay, and then you can fill in your outline. Yep, color the whole thing in. And then I want to end, when I fill in the owl, I want to end with the horizontal stroke of the branch. Because those feathers, those tail feathers are behind the branch. So I think it looks nice if the stroke of the paint goes horizontal there. Okay, so the next step is to add some leaves. The leaves are going to give some really nice texture and some variety. So on the ends of the branches, I'm going to take my same brush and my same paint, and like with the tip towards the branch, I'm just going to do like a little bloop, bloop. And if I start and kind of lift off the canvas as I make that little brush stroke, hopefully it'll be pointy at the end. If you want to practice on the paper towel you can actually practice on the butcher paper on the table if you want to practice your brush strokes.
Well, I don't get it.
So if you put your brush like towards the branch and then just kind of do a little brush stroke like this.
Is your paper at the bottom?
Oh, this.
You can see it a little bit.
Kind of like this.
They'll look kind of like teardrops.
Yeah, that's kind of the shape that I want, but maybe a little bit smaller. And then you can kind of scatter them around on the ends of the branches. And then over here, I like it not even where there's a branch. Like there might be a teeny tiny invisible branch.
That one's red. And it has like white dots on it. Very dots on it. That's the one.
Oh yeah.
I just realized how much.
Large head here so I can show you the eyes larger. So I'm definitely going to use my little pointy brush. And I'm going to use yellow. And really it's kind of, let's see, what is this? It's like 3/4 of around a circle. But it'll work better on the smaller one. Like on the smaller one, it's just going to be like a little like bloop, bloop, tiny. And I'm going to wash this out again because it got black on it. And you maybe just want to use like the tippy tip of your brush and get like loaded up with some paint. And it's not like you hardly even have to touch the canvas with the brush if you can just like touch it with the bit of paint at the end, because then I kind of want like a lump of paint because that'll help it be opaque against the black. Like if I just do a stroke of yellow, it's not opaque. You can see through it. So if I get, yes. Yeah, you can do that. Actually, if you want to do like a bigger dot and then do a black dot and the yellow dot, that might be the way to go.
That's what I want.
Okay. I'm making it overly complicated. And then the beak shape is going to be just like the leaf shape, except tinier. So the beak shape is just going to be like a little like a brush stroke, like a fat and then a thin, but teeny tiny. So you load up the brush with some paint, and then just do a little beat. And if you want to, you can do talons too. I don't know. If you want that, that's an option.
I gotta take it. I can't see that.
Oh, sorry.